March 27, 1971, New Delhi, India. Indira Gandhi stands alone in her office long after midnight, the lights of South Block glowing through tall windows. Her advisors gone, her phone finally silent. On the desk in front of her lies a single report marked East Pakistan. The pages describe villages burned, students executed, women fleeing across rivers carrying children who will not stop crying. Indira reads slowly, then closes her eyes, knowing that whatever she decides next will define not only her career, but the fate of an entire region. She has already lived her life under the shadow of power. The daughter of Jawaharlal Nehru, she learned early that leadership is lonely and mercy is rarely rewarded. Now as Prime Minister, she faces a crisis no Indian leader has ever confronted. Millions of refugees are pouring into India every week, crossing into West Bengal, Assam, Tripura, starving, terrified, carrying stories of massacres by the Pakistani army trying to crush Bengali resistance. India did not start this war, but it is being consumed by it. Around the world, the Cold War watches silently. The United States backs Pakistan, China signals hostility. The Soviet Union offers cautious support. India stands nearly alone. Indira knows that intervention risks economic collapse, international isolation, and full-scale war with a nuclear-backed Pakistan. Yet doing nothing will break India from within. The refugee camps are swelling, the economy is bleeding, and the moral cost of silence is becoming unbearable. In private meetings, generals urge caution, diplomats urge delay, economists warn of disaster. Indira listens and then asks a question none of them can answer. How long can a nation watch genocide at its border and still call itself stable? She understands that hesitation is also a decision, and that delay favors the aggressor. By summer of 1971, she begins preparing, quietly, not for conquest, but for inevitability. Indian forces train refugees who have become fighters. The Mukti Bahani rail lines are mapped, supply routes tested, hospitals readied. Indira travels the world, not begging for permission, but building a case. She speaks of human suffering, not strategy, knowing the language of morality is harder to dismiss than tanks. On August 9, 1971, she signs the Treaty of Peace, Friendship, and Cooperation with the Soviet Union, a calculated move that changes the balance. She is no longer isolated. She has bought India strategic breathing room, and she knows it. When Pakistan launches preemptive air strikes on December 3, 1971, Indira does not hesitate. She addresses the nation, her voice steady, controlled, resolute. She tells India that war has been forced upon them and that they will meet it united. What follows is swift, decisive, and unprecedented. In just 13 days, Indian forces advance across East Pakistan, coordinating land, air, and sea with precision. Dhaka falls on December 16, 1971. 93,000 Pakistani troops surrender, the largest military capitulation since World War II. Bangladesh is born, and the refugee crisis ends not with negotiation, but with liberation. Indira Gandhi does not celebrate publicly. She understands the cost. Soldiers dead, civilians scarred, a subcontinent reshaped, yet history will remember that when every safe option led to collapse, she chose the dangerous one that led to resolution. She took the risk no one else would, because she understood that leadership is not about avoiding catastrophe, but deciding which catastrophe a nation can survive.